Okay, friends, this is the headlight assembly for a 2010 Hyundai Elantra Touring. That's the wagon version. Now, the parts manual, or the parts diagram in the Hyundai service manual is wrong on this in some interesting ways. But what I've been trying to do here is, all right, in here you can see that there's actually supposed to be two bulbs here, and the lower one is the one that I've been trying to replace. It's marked as a position light, but it's not. I am actually unsure of what its function is supposed to be. So as we look on the back side here, all right, I'm going to have this upside down here, so this will be a little confusing. But, okay, so we've got this connector going to the high beam here. This is the connector and the old bulb here that goes into that empty socket there. Okay, so a couple things on this. First of all, when you're replacing this bulb, do not touch the new bulb with your bare fingers. It'll blow out. Second, if you look really carefully here, there's a little knob like here, and another one right here, and another one here. So you got these four little knobs there, and that's what apparently are actually holding this assembly in place inside the little barrel there. So you can see maybe that there's a little ridge there, and they're on the other side of that ridge holding that. We'll see if we can get that from the other side here. Maybe you can see in there a little bit. There's that ridge there. It's very deceptive, hard to tell what's going on. And again, the parts manual, the instructions, everything on this are just wrong. Anyhow, so we need a 168 bulb, which does not quite match the OEM bulb, but it is close enough. So again, you're just going to pop out the old bulb here. I'm going to, hopefully you're getting some kind of picture here. Oops, excuse me. As I pop this out, and then I'm going to take the new bulb with the gloved hand, being very careful about this, the gloved hand. You'll see here that we've got the contacts, and the bulb is going to go across, it's going to go across the contacts like this. So it's going to plug in here, holding the phone with my chin, so no guarantees, forget this. All right, hang on. Bit of darkness here. All right, so that is completely plugged in there. All right, that's all good. And again, don't touch the bulb. So we're going to use our gloved hand here. And this is probably making everybody seasick. Take our gloved hand here, and we're just going to insert this into the little opening there, right? It's in the little, you can see us from the other side, right? We've just got that sticking in a little bit there. You can see it in the back. And now I'm just going to give it a push here. Again, sorry for the seasickness, and it just snaps into place there. Just snaps right into place. I had this connector off just because it gets in the way a little bit here. You don't have to remove it, but it's going to be much easier. Now, the thing about this, about removing this, is that it is just about impossible, or it feels like it. It's really hard to get a grip on it. Very, very difficult to get a grip on it. it's got sort of a little handle part. It's got cutouts on what we would see as the top and bottom of it right now. So it's almost like a emergency stop button in an elevator, except it doesn't go all the way around. The rim doesn't go all the way around. I ended up just going in with some pliers and praying on it that I wasn't ripping the whole thing to shreds there. Anyhow, this is really a terrible, terrible assembly, very poorly designed. Hyundai should be ashamed of this. And important things to remember, you've actually got 1, 2, and 3 places that it's going to be bolted to the body. And then you've got 1 clip, you've got 1 point right here. This is needs to go straight into the housing. You will almost inevitably bend it. Very difficult to do anything about. And then on the underside here, we've got just various little places where it's going to have protrusions that are going to sort of clip into the bumper or whatever that you're going to have to fight with. If you've had any bumper damage at all, it's going to be an absolute nightmare. So that's the situation there. As I said, the parts manual is wrong. It says that this here is the bulb that belongs there, which is clearly wrong. The parts manual has the labels reversed, of all things. Anyhow, which unfortunately, in my experience, is sort of typical Hyundai, at least in the 2010 period that this car is from. And I think this is the headlight height adjustment here. I can't swear to that, but that would seem about right. Yeah, replacing the high beam here is going to require you to undo the screws here to get the mounting out. It's crazy. So you're going to have to pop this off. There's a little point to press over on this side here. Over on this side here. There's a little squeeze there, and then this pops relatively easily straight back if you're pulling straight back. You can see right there. You can see right here is where the little pressure point is that you're pressing to release it. And then, as I said, getting it back on is really simple. That just presses straight back on very nicely and neatly. And I apologize for getting my fingers in the way on here all this time. Anyhow, this is the overall connector for the headlight assembly, overall electrical connector, which you are all too likely to need to unplug and remove this completely from the car to get it to be able to work on this. So yeah, and I will say that the white cap there, I do not know what that is connecting to. We've got a low beam here that's behind this here, and for this you need to just twist counterclockwise there, and it'll pop out. It's like a little, normal. It's like a little normal household plug. It looks like, household plug. It looks like here, except that it goes sideways into it. So when you want to put it back in here, right, you're going to be lining it up sort of here. Sorry. I'm going to try to get a better angle, right? You're going to be trying to line it up about here, and then you're going to try to get this to focus correctly, and then you're just going to turn it clockwise, and you see it snaps right in to that housing, to that connection there. Anyhow, not the easiest thing in the world, but not absolutely impossible either. Maybe able to level the headlight with some of the in here somehow. I apologize, I don't know how that's supposed to work exactly. Yeah, and that should be it. Obviously, the one thing that's actually really easy to do here is the turn signal, which is shockingly easy. You just give it a little counterclockwise turn and it pops out, and you don't actually it doesn't actually have plug into wiring or anything. It's got the electrical connections here on the inside. You can see that's where the electrical connections are, right there, around there, and you can see them down here at the base of this assembly is where they are. I wish everything on this plugged in this easily, painlessly, and just just worked like that. That would be awesome. One thing, if you'll notice on this, if you look closely, is that you've got slots here for the tabs to go into, and sorry, I need to try to get the better angle here. Okay, so the one that's in the upper left at the moment, that's smaller than the others. Okay, and that's important because there's 4 tabs on this, and you've got a larger one here and smaller one, a larger one here, and then smaller ones. So that forces you to orient the bulb correctly in the housing, which then makes sure that you're actually making the contacts correctly. And you can see right here that you got 2 electrical contacts here. I'm sorry, this over here is not the electrical contacts. You got the 2 electrical contacts here, and so that's going to be what these two, right? What these two are going to snap into there. So when you're inserting this, you can get these contacts pretty much oriented to those, right? And then pop it in, and then turn this the rest of the way, pop right there. So hopefully that's a little bit of an assist to some people. 2010 Elantra Touring has really bizarre headlight situation. The driver's side is slightly worse than the passenger side, if that's possible, which is really odd. But yeah, so good luck on this. Some of this you got to be really gentle. Some things